Yeah, at the end of the last episode, I might have died. Just a little bit. I fell into the portal to the end, thought I'd do a bit of work to get the dragon fight going, and I died. Okay, so, yeah, I'm over here getting some food together. Basically, we have a new plan for today. I was planning to kill the dragon, but I unfortunately lost all my gear and all my stuff. So, instead, we're going to continue with a little bit of world building here. Basically, the plan is I'm going to make a bunch of anvils. Now, you're thinking, what can you do with anvils? Well, the plan is I'm going to mark out a couple key spots, some nice terrain, some nice locations, things that I think are pretty good for bases. And we're gonna be bringing over a couple old builds into this world in just a bit. And basically, the purpose of this series, as I've said before, I'm gonna kind of be going back, finishing a bunch of builds from some old worlds, bring them into this one, and it's gonna be my single-player world. Now, obviously, this little bit is maybe not so much vanilla, but every build that I'll be bringing over, everything I've done, is all going to be done in vanilla. The only thing I'm doing that's a little bit not so much in vanilla is bringing it into here. Now, another thing I want to do, I'm a huge fan of Halo, the first game especially, and Red vs. Blue. And if you've ever played Halo, there's a map called Blood Gulch in the first one. It has different names in different iterations of the game, but basically Blood Gulch is like a box canyon in the middle of nowhere, and they have these huge walls up on the sides. And I was thinking, you know, I kind of want to make a world like that with a bunch of builds inside it. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've turned this world into an amplified world. The middle center area that I've already generated in 1.4, 5, and 6 is the main world, and now the surrounding is all generated in new amplified. Although I haven't generated it yet, it will be generated using an amplified biome. Now, unfortunately, my old horse might have been left at the portal to the end, which means we have to grab a new one. And we're going to kind of go towards where the border of the world is, kind of start generating it, and then, like I said, mark out key locations that I think would look really good to have the builds in. And basically, I'll be bringing over one build from the different worlds I've done in my World Wednesday series. Specifically the ones that I actually like built in. Like I said, it's all going to be builds I've done in vanilla. So, thinking, first thing I'm going to do is grab a horse. Now, I'm thinking this one's a pretty good one. Decent jumper. And, you know, I'm just kind of looking at those zombies. I wonder if this actually works. Because before they would kind of path over to it. And then when they walked onto the tripwire hook, they would get dropped into lava. But I'm thinking it might not work anymore. The only reason I'm interested in this is because I don't want my villagers to die. And it doesn't look like they're pathing to it anymore. So I think I'll be okay to leave the guys here for a while. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to lose these villagers. They're a relic of the old world, so I really want to keep them. But just in case, I think I'm going to go and sleep away the night, just to be safe, you know? And I'll do it over here in my house. Okay, so first things first, let's start heading over with our horse to where we'll start generating new terrain. It should be, we'll go in this direction, I think. We'll try and go as straight as possible and make that like a starting point, and then we'll just kind of continue around the border as it generates. I have a horse over here for some reason. I'm guessing this is where I stored them when I was first bringing them over to the village. I don't remember, it's been a while. Alright, so I'm gonna start walking off in this direction, and then maybe I can start seeing some new terrain. I don't quite remember how much of the world I've actually explored, but it shouldn't be too much. And I figured when we start seeing some newly generated amplified terrain, it'll be rather obvious compared to the original, because this middle section, I think oops. Oh no, don't die. Don't die. Come on. No, get out. Are you okay? Yeah, you're okay. Let's just lift them up out of the water. As I was saying, since this was generated in about 1.5, the terrain, I think, when they did like the new biomes, was raised up a bit, so there is already a bit of a border in the world, a little bit of a disconnect between the levels of the land. We might actually come across that in a little bit, but anyway, I'm gonna start heading towards the end, and hopefully I can find some new terrain of sorts. So I've kind of gone around a little bit, and this looks pretty promising. So this obviously looks like it's just like a regular mountain, but behind it, you start to see a shadow in the distance of something rather interesting. The land isn't really at the same height anymore. I think that might not be mountains, and for some reason the swamp is the same. Maybe I explored this one already. Maybe. I'm pretty sure those, that terrain off in that distance there might be our beginning of the amplified biome. Oh, don't want to fall down there. Just coming up to it, and I guess a jungle was part of the amplified, maybe? Let's see if we can get around it. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is just like a mountain terrain. Maybe we're not quite there yet, but it looked like we were getting close, that's for sure. Up, up. No. Well, this place I've definitely already explored. None of this is amplified yet. Rather disappointing. We should be getting close. I'm sure we are. Let's just head up over here. If not amplified, at least it's a nice mountain view, so we can at least start to maybe see which direction we should start heading in. Yeah, this is just regular generation, I think. Jungle biome. Alright, I'm gonna keep looking, and we definitely have a little bit more of a ways than I thought before we start hitting. Oh, wait. There's a bit of a border disconnect there. So this is from, like I said a second ago, this is when the terrain started to generate with the new biomes. So this is where the first disconnect is. Maybe that's why it's a little bit higher. Because I think they did alter the land height when they started adding in the new biomes of sorts. Because that's definitely savanna biome there. Okay, this time I'm sure that's amplified biome. Just look at it. Oh, it looks like it's a desert too. Okay, let's see if we can start making our way over there. The first sign of amplified terrain in our new world. And it actually, I do have quite a bit of land, at least in this direction, that I can, that's still generated in the old stuff. And, oh, wow, that looks incredible. Oh, wait, he can't swim very well. Let's see if we can get him over here. Bringing a horse is definitely a lot faster for getting around, but it's going to get a little tricky. Let's maybe, oh. This guy's actually really low on health. I don't want him to die just yet. Okay. Wow, just look at that. That looks incredible. I might make this our first marking point. That looks like a giant canvas. Could do like a painting on there or something. Kind of looks like that kind of thing, you know? It looks good. I like it actually. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna head around over there so we're kind of next to it, and we're gonna keep generating the amplified border around the middle area here, and hopefully we can find a nice place. I'm looking for a nice place to have like an amplified base sort of thing, so I'm gonna keep heading this way and generate some more of the land. Alright, so we're just coming up to the village from the last episode where we found the end portal, so it's actually just right around here. And I know how far I have to go to get new amplified terrain here because I only just explored this last episode. So I know how far I have to go. So it should only be just around the end of this, whatchamacallit, swamp biome. It's just a little bit further. I found a witch hut last episode. I didn't show it off, but that's probably where we'll be doing our witch farm. Unfortunately, there was only one. If I could find two together, that'd be nice, but not quite that lucky. So I'm going to start heading over this way. We could switch our horse, actually, now that we're here. But I think we'll keep this guy. He's kind of a little bit more disposable. He has the gold armor rather than the diamond. But, another egg. I don't need chickens right now. So if I'm right, we should just be coming up to the witch hut. It should be just right around here somewhere. Right before a plains biome. I think. Well, there's the plains biome. I thought the witch hut was right around here. Maybe we passed it. Maybe it was closer to that side. In any case, let's just cross the water here, and then we can start running across the plains biome. Just past it should be the new terrain. Now, it is probably going to be just another giant wall, but I know some of the amplified does get a little bit lower, so hopefully it's not too much of a big disconnect. Just gonna make. Oh, I made the lily pad. Ah, but I didn't make the tree. You're not a cow, you're a horse. Okay. So let's just keep going, and we should start to see... Oops! I didn't mean to fall down here. We should start to see a bit of the amplified terrain start generating in the distance. In just a second, maybe? Got our horses here. Whoa! Okay, there's starting to be a bit of lag and a bit of disconnect with the horse movement, which means... There it is! There's the generation! Oh, like I thought. Okay, good. It is a little bit lower. There's like, you can see trees and stuff there. And I'm still rocking that 30 FPS right now, but my horse is... It's definitely slowing down while it generates the terrain over here. And that actually... That looks good. That is a beautiful view. Alright, we're going to kind of just hug the border a bit and start heading towards this direction. I already see a bit of the mountains and stuff that's generated. It looks really good. This is really slow. Oh, sorry about that. Let me just let this thing generate a bit more. And I thought that sand wall was a canvas over there. This thing is huge. Look at that. And it's completely plain. I could do like a pixel art or something on there. Oh, I'm flying again. Man, this... Oh, don't want him to die, but... I'm going to start heading over that way. I think I'm going to drop this guy off in just a second. Alright, time to continue on foot. I've stored him over here next to the wall, so if we need him at all to travel around the outer skirts of the border, we can always just come back and grab him. But I'm going to continue on foot, and I'm actually going to head up to maybe the top of the amplified terrain. Uh-oh. That doesn't look too good. Ow. So there's mobs down there trying to get away from them, climbing up to the amplified terrain, and there's a creeper right over here. Okay, please don't kill me. Be good. Okay. He fell down. I'm safe for now. So we're heading up to the amplified wall here, where I showed you that canvas a second ago. And I'm going to push you off. Run away. I saw this while I was kind of heading over here. There's like this little path we can use to climb up to get into the amplified terrain area over here. And it looks pretty good. So far, so good anyway. Okay. So this is the view we get. The landmass is much higher, and oh man, look at this place. It looks incredible. There's a bit of like that snowy peaks here with the mountains, and then we got some nice grassland and an insane amount of sheep. Gonna make a sheep farm up here maybe. This place looks good. I like how the amplified terrain looks. I definitely want to build a base in one of these areas. Or rather, bring over a base for one of these areas. Let's see. Oh, wow, look at that. It kind of dips down. This is like a flowery biome, too. I like this area. I think this is, this looks like a good place to make a, base. Yeah, to base. And there's rabbits. Okay. So, I've decided I'm going to cut for a sec. I'm lagging quite a bit. I'll be right back, actually. Okay, I've started to kind of smooth off a bit. That zombie almost killed me. I actually had to relog. I think I should be okay now that the spawning and the generating of the land seems to have slowed down quite a bit. And this place looks incredible. I'm definitely going to mark out a spot here. This is probably where we'll make our main base. I plan to bring over a couple builds from my Conquering and Ruling the Cloud series. And make it! Yep. This seems like a nice, my kind of ideal biome to have them in. And I'm just going to mark it here with one of my anvils. So I plan to bring over 6 or 7 builds if I can. Spread them out around the area. But this is definitely a good spot. Besides the creepers, I don't want to blow up all the flowers yet. It looks all pretty and nice. Alright, let's see. Where's a good place to just plop the anvil down to mark it? Somewhere in view, perhaps? Maybe right up here. This seems like a nice spot. Maybe on this side. Yeah. Well, Maybe closer to the middle would be a better idea. Alright, so we're starting to head to the end of the biome here. I've continued around generating more of the outer border area, but I've hit a bit of ocean on this side over here, so I'm going to kind of continue around and generate some more of the outer reaches of the border to make our kind of like box canyon world kind of thing. And then afterwards, I'm going to head back to our stump, and I have a certain something in the stump that is going to help me to generate some of our old bases and bring them into this world. Fingers crossed it all goes according to plan, and I can bring over like the clouds for my Conquering the Cloud series. We can bring over the castle from Ruling the Cloud and actually finish that off, which is what I am most excited about and will probably be the main part of what our base will be in this world. And now, if you watch that series, I just recently finished a huge mining project, even though I decided I'm going to leave the world. The reason I went ahead and finished that and got all those resources and all that kind of stuff is because I'm going to be bringing it over into this world. Now, obviously, I didn't really mine for it in this world, but if you go back and see that episode, I did a lot of mining. And perfectly honestly, I don't really want to do too much mining right now. And if you've watched my old series, the one thing I actually don't like about Minecraft is that early grind. I personally prefer to have a bunch of resources and just kind of go straight into building, especially with like all this terrain. I just want to build right away. So I'm going to bring that one over, and that's basically the only build that I'll be bringing over that will have resources available for me. Just because I spent like weeks digging that area out. Like it was all the way, it's probably been a year since I started that, but I only put about a week's worth of effort completely just to finish it off. And this amplified biome looks amazing. I like how these lower areas kind of match the height of the water. It looks really nice. Perfect place to put maybe like some kind of water lodge, perhaps? Just saying. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to keep generating the border, and then we'll head back to the stump. So I'll see you guys in a bit. 3, 2... God damn, I'm trying to record here, buddy! Damn it! Let's just head inside and do this thing. Freaking... Okay. Hello everybody, welcome back. Okay, so I've made it here to my stump, and I'm going to be trading something that I built, or that was a main part of this world here. I've also marked my 6 locations, and basically, to bring over all of the builds in this world, I've decided I'm going to take all of the resources that are currently in it, like diamonds, iron, and things, and throw them away, as well as sacrificing the first workbench of my world. And with everything combined, I'll be paying the cost to bring over all of my old builds, and if it all goes according to plan, it should look pretty damn good.